but they almost can fool you from the front.
Good choice.
Thanks.
Miesha, just give us an update, right? You were scheduled to fight at one point and fell through, so I know it was like an injury. How are you just doing health-wise and all that? I'm
good. I had a grade 4 tear of a tendon in my hand, so it wasn't fun, but it wasn't the worst injury I've ever sustained. So we moved past it. Physical therapy's going great. Hoping to fight in October.
Any opponent in mind?
I'm not really picky at the moment. I mean, there's a couple names that have come to my mind, like Irene Aldana, because she's just hot off the press, right? She just fought for the title, so I feel like that would be a great fight for me. I also think Yana Kunitskaya, we're kind of like in that similar boat right now, but she had it was a very close fight, her last fight, and she went up a weight, so I'm still very impressed with her. Other than that, I don't know. It just depends who's on the changeover at that time of the circuit. You know, sometimes that plays a little bit more into it than anything. So
we are going back to 35 next one.
Definitely going back to bantamweight. I hope people forgive me for my mishap at 125, but that was just too taxing on my body. You know, I'm a professional athlete, so I've got the training load, and then I'm a mom of 2, so I've got the mom load, and then I basically added dietitian to my resume, and that was a big mistake. So I've taken the eraser to that one, and we'll just be a little fat and happy at 135.
I mean, just to be disrespectful in a way, but people think since Amanda Nunes retired, it's a new lease on life for all these bantamweights who fought her.
They're absolutely right.
That's how you feel about it?
Yes, absolutely. There was no way any of us were beating her, so thank God, because now the division is wide open, and I believe I'm one fight away. I know that probably sounds wild to some people, like, wait a minute. But if you think about since my return, I had a really dominant finish win, and then I had a very close decision loss to a top 5 girl, Ketlin Vieira. So although I haven't been super active, I still think with a bang of a comeback at 135 against a top quality opponent, at least my name could be dropped in the bucket. I'm not saying that I would be picked for sure, but I'd like to at least be talked about in being contention.
Last thing I wanted to ask you, Ronda Rousey, people are like, it's UFC 300 coming up, and she's apparently walking away from WWE. Do you see a world where she could ever come back to MMA, or do you think she's just so beyond done with that?
That would be a question that only she would know the answer to, because obviously she's making plenty of money. She's married. She has a kid now. I think she appears to be happy, but it would just be if she has that competitive drive and desire, because there's no other reason, right? She wouldn't come back because she needs to. It would have to be because she really wants to, and only she knows the answer to that, but I think it would be fantastic. I'm definitely not going to be fighting for a really long time at this point in my career, so if she could make it in the next year or so, that would be great. And then we could get that trilogy fight.
Actually, one more. Who do you think should be fighting for the vacant belt?
Oh my gosh. Well, I know Raquel Pennington is there at the top, and I don't think we should deny her. However, I feel like you can't have a title shot picture right now without Pena's name in the mix, right? And then where does Holly Holm fall in all of this? Because she looked really good in her last fight, and
next week.
She's a former champ, so if she gets a win over Mayra Bueno Silva, who I think is a real prospect. There's 3 women, and now the problem is that Holly Holm and Raquel Pennington have already fought each other twice. They weren't spectacular fights, let's be honest. So I don't think anybody wants to see that a third time. Not a knock. It's just style matchup, right? Their styles just don't make for fireworks. It's going to be It's going to be 2 of those 3 women, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was the people who have been the 2 champs. Holly and Juliana both have touched gold, so. I know Holly's got to be excited because she's got to be licking her chops. She knows how important this fight is, but she got to get through Mayra Bueno Silva, which is not going to be an easy task. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I think the UFC has the sooner rather than later mindset. Everywhere, every time, every age, every mindset. I think because those opportunities are never guaranteed a second time around. When Holly or Holly's management said, we don't want to wait for Ronda, we want to fight Miesha Tate, they never got that second fight with Ronda, right? I mean, so at any point in any career, a missed opportunity is potentially a missed opportunity forever. So I think that's just always the mindset, and I don't think it would really play necessarily into her age. It's just her genuine draw is great, and she, fights like it's enjoyable to watch, and she's great. She's been a champion, so it makes sense to me. I didn't think about that. I know she wants to fight me, but you're right. It probably would play more in my favor if she won, because I think she really, really wants that one, and I'm not trying to push into my 40s fighting like she is. She's very ambitious, and I think it's fantastic, and I love the fact that she's leading that charge. That that we don't have to have the expiration date that everybody else puts on us, but for me, it's not something that I'm going to do for that long. So let's get this party started. Let me go out there, let her she gets that win, and I get a win, and it's written in the stars. It's already written in the stars. Then what will be will be. Destiny will play itself out, and if we get that second fight, that would be a dream come true for, I think, a lot of people, and I would look forward to it too. I can't really say a dream come true for me because I've already fought her and I have that memorable moment, but I'm down to do it again. I'm absolutely, and especially if she's the champ, it's be like, wait a minute, this is someone almost, yeah, exactly, it'd be like deja vu. It's perfect. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, Conor McGregor. Yeah, and then but if he got choked out, right? Yeah, so we would just have to do it exactly the same way. I would just have to choke Holly again, and Conor would have to get choked again, and it would be like, a night to remember. Juliana is so, she has a lot of polarity in the way that she presents herself, because one moment she'll be booing, but it's more, I think, of how she feels, and she's mad that moment is robbed of her. And can we really, if you look at it from that perspective, I don't think that you could be upset for a woman first of all, she's got, I don't know if we could measure Juliana's balls, her metaphorical balls, but they're big. They're real big. So she's booing because she's pissed off, and she's going to do anything she can to try to provoke Amanda into saying, all right, I'll fight you again. So, I mean, call it what you will. Some people aren't going to like it, but at least you feel one way or another about it. And I think at the end of the day, Juliana has a lot of respect for Amanda as a fighter. She wanted that fight, so she's going to do it the way she's going to do it.
Like you said, you don't want to fight forever.
Yeah.
And your plate is fuller than ever before, especially
Yeah.
other opportunities. Is it now so do you want to stay active a certain amount of time each year, or is it just about making the perfect matchups that make sense to you for when you make them?
Yeah, I'm not abiding by any rules or any regulations or any kind of anything. I'm really letting destiny play itself out, and it was the first time in my UFC career that I had to pull out of a fight due to an injury. And there may have been a time in my life when I would have tried to fight anyways, and I probably would have paid a price. I'm glad that I'm smarter now, right? So I'm going to go into fights healthy, relatively speaking. We're always banked up, but I'm not going to go in with a grade 4 tear in my hand. I'm going to be smarter, and I think, like I said, whatever is already written in the stars is already there, and so I've just got to walk the walk and put my work in.